Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. It's Tuesday, December 9th. We're getting closer to Christmas. It's coming soon. Good morning. It is 6:30 in the morning this morning for all you morning warriors. If you're actually up at 6:30 and listening to me, let me know. Of course, the good news is this information that I'm going to share with you today is good all day long. I am your host, Tim Koger. It's new every morning. I'm excited to be with you this morning. I'm excited to be here at 6:30, believe it or not. I got a really busy morning in the Kanawha Valley that I need to get started on. So we're doing this at 6:30. But the good news is, you can watch it at 7 or 7:30 or 8 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 7 o'clock this evening. It's okay. Because this information, really not news, this information that I'm sharing with you is timeless. It's timeless. You can watch it anytime, and you will still be astonished and amazed and entertained, and whatever you come here for, that's what you'll get. So anyway, it's like I said, it is 6:30 in the morning, and we'll see what happens. I don't have a lot of information this morning, but I do have some, and I think it's pretty interesting. And so we're going to start out with a question to you. What do Marry Me Chicken, the Toronto Blue Jays, and UK's Royal Botanic Gardens have in common? That is your question. What do those have in common? Well, according to Google, they are among the top searches of 2025. Now, this information is from the 1st of January till November 25th, because obviously, 2025 is still going on. So it's not the whole month, but, they use all kinds of people, people search events, topics, places, all kinds of stuff. But these were not necessarily the top three, but they were in the top group. Okay, now, I understand the Gardens. I understand the Blue Jays because they, were in the World Series for like the first time in some people's lifetime that's on here. Marry Me Chicken. Now, some of you may know what Marry Me Chicken is. I did not. And I'm a little disappointed that I didn't, because I do go online and do a lot of looking at foods and recipes and stuff. But a Marry Me Chicken is a recipe for chicken. So if you didn't know that, you know now, as I did, as I looked it up. I searched it. I don't use Google, but I searched it and found it. Now, I tried to find the origin of it, and there's a website called The Kitchen that had a recipe as early as like March of 24, and they say that they had the original recipe. Their editor-in-chief, Lindsay Function, coined the name and had the original recipe. And she called it the name, she coined the name because it was so delicious, it received a marriage proposal of praise. So, obviously, it's a vital thing. It's everywhere. It's viral. It's everywhere because people are searching it, obviously, over and over. I have not had it. Reading quickly, it looks like it's close to Tunshan chicken recipes, which I'm not even sure what that is. I think they're tomato-based, if I'm not mistaken. And some of you may have fixed it. And if you have, feel free, even if you watch this in the afternoon, to comment about, yes, I knew what it was. Yes, I've fixed it. Yes, it's good. Or I've not fixed it, but it's great. Or I've never heard of it, and that's crazy. So anyway, whatever your position is, feel free to share it throughout the day. Now, I don't know if this interests you or not, but everything interests me when it comes to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is launching a new cherry float flavor in February. And once it was out this week, I think it came out this week, fans, of course, are going crazy, as they do with every flavor that Coca-Cola puts out. Now, I don't drink regular Coca-Cola. I drink Diet or Zero. I don't drink all that sugar. Sugar's bad for you. But I have a feeling it'll come out in a sugar-free version. So cherry float flavor, not cherry flavor, cherry float flavor. We'll see. We'll look at for February, and I will probably try it just because I want to, and I'm curious, and why not try it? It's not like it's not like you spend $1,000 to try it. You're just buying a bottle of pop. So it's not that big a deal. So I will try it, and someone likes it. So there is someone listening this morning at 6:30. Good for them, I say. Okay, so research led by King's College in London shows that these certain foods in your dietary pattern will lower your chance of cardiovascular disease. Polyphenols, in particular, are the group, and they include a lot of different foods, so you can look that stuff up. But they're apparently, and I just so you know, I'm kind of a health nerd in that respect. I'm a vitamin junkie. If you know what that is, I take a handful of vitamins every day and have for many years. I was taking vitamins way before it was cool to take vitamins. Okay. So I've been doing it for a long time, and apparently it's linked to heart, brain, and gut health. These polyflorans or whatever that's called. But I've been taking them, and I did not list the foods. You can look up the foods. Maybe I'll talk about that again on another episode and get a little bit more in detail on the food structure. Most of them, I think, are plant-based. In fact, maybe all of them. But we'll see. So, like I said, I don't have a lot of stories, but I got this story that I absolutely love today. And did you ever wonder how or if homeless people wash their clothes? I mean, we see homeless people everywhere. Rarely do we see them with clean clothes. Rarely do we see them washing their clothes. Well, there's a guy named Wade Milliard, and he's a retired cop, and he heard a voice out of nowhere. Voice out of nowhere. And he felt he needed to listen to it. And he thought, maybe this is God, which if it is, he definitely needs to listen to it. He started to investigate what he heard and started talking to homeless people. And as he asked them questions, suddenly the voice rang out. And the voice said, ask them about their laundry. Yeah. Ask them about the God is worried about the homeless people's laundry. God's worried about the homeless people. So Milliard heeded the voice and asked the question, and that started the answer to answered prayers of people. The homeless couple he interviewed told him typically they wash their laundry in a nearby creek. Now, you have to wonder, in the wintertime, how do they wash their clothes? A lot of them only have one set of clothes. How can they wash them in the creek and put them back on? I mean, in the wintertime. I don't know where he was talking to these people. Maybe Southern California. I don't know. But, it's all a sad situation. Well, this ex-cop never forgot that response. Well, actually, I think he was a policeman at the time. He never forgot that response, nor his call to service. The retired cop started repurposing a bus, redesigning a bus into a mobile laundry. Now he washes clothes for the homeless. How cool was that? He pulled multiple donations along with his own money and went to work creating a full-service laundromat on wheels. It's called Fresh Step Laundry, and it's a mission to help restore dignity to unhoused community by providing free, accessible, and hygienic laundry. So I guess I don't know where he lives. I didn't get that information, but I guess he takes his mobile thing around to different parts of his community area and helps them with their clothes and does that. And I think that's a great story. I've mentioned multiple times, you may not be able to change the world, but you can change somebody's world. And I'll tell you, helping them with their laundry, I think is a great ministry and a great help to these people. And basically, Wade didn't wait until everything was perfect. He got a calling, and he started figuring out how to do it. He just went to work. He just made it happen. He found a bus. He renovated it. He turned it into a rolling laundromat. And he went around helping people that needed help. And we know they need help. And so that was his calling. What's your calling? You may not be able to change the world, but you can change somebody's world. So this morning, I know this has been a little short, but I encourage you to go out and make a difference in the world, in somebody's world. Maybe not today, but start asking, or start thinking, or start looking for what your purpose is in life. Maybe you already know your purpose, and that's awesome. I hope you do know your purpose. It'd be great, especially if you're younger, if you know your purpose. And maybe you'll have multiple purposes. Maybe God will use you somewhere and then switch and maybe use you somewhere. And I know Sherry has found her purpose. Hi, Sherry. Good morning. But there are so many people with so many needs out there. And, I think a couple days ago, I made a comment about blessings, and I said, the best way to get a blessing is to be a blessing. And that's a quote from me, because I think it's true. When you become a blessing for other people, suddenly your blessings appear. Don't believe me? Give it a try. That's it for today. I'll be back in tomorrow morning. Tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. None of this 6:30 stuff anymore. I know a lot of people are up. I know a few people can watch. Not very many people, Sherry. You're the only one that has actually commented. God is everywhere in everything we do. Thank you for that. So with that, I'm going to sign off. I've got to get out of here. I need to be in the Kanawha Valley really quick. But you all have a blessed, wonderful day. Remember, God's love is new every morning. Bye-bye.